Hey everybody, Jorge here. Today I will be reviewing Sully uh, with Tom Hanks. Uh, I thought the movie was, it had Tom Hanks and he crashed. He plays an aviator who crashes a plane into uh, the river. I forgot what it's called in the in New York, and he he deals with the repercussions that that the airline presses onto him. He has to. They argue that he was able to land the plane safely back in LaGuardia Airport, but he disagrees because he says, and this is all at the beginning of the movie, so I'm not giving anything away. He says that both of the engines gave out, and it was because of a flock of seagulls. They they were jammed through the propellers into the propellers were jammed. So both of the engines on both sides of the of the plane gave out, and he said that he made the best. He did the best with what he had, which was no time. He had no time to make a decision, so he had to act pronto, and he had to make a decision right on the spot. To which I thought, I thought it was really like corporate greed, just acting on Tom Hanks, on acting against Tom Hanks. It was just corporate greed. They were upset that they were going to get sued by so many people, and they would be able to avoid that mess if they were able to prove to the press that that in fact that Tom Hanks was in fact able to land the plane. To which I thought, what a load of bullshit. I just thought, wow, this is crap. I couldn't believe it because like the things that corporate America does are are horrible. I mean, it's not new. This is just greed in all its manifestations, and I don't know. It just I don't know if Tom Hanks the real uh, pilot. I think Sautenmeyer or something like that. If he acted with this much grace under such pressure, more props to him because wow, it was wow, it was just pathetic on behalf of the airline to accuse Tom Hanks of that because he did what he could. It looks like in the plane crash. It looks like you don't. I don't think anyone deliberately wants to land in the middle of a river. I think that if they could choose, they would honestly uh, choose to land in an airport. I don't know. It just seems kind of silly to me, but on they went, and you get to see what happens with that. And towards it's a little slow. Like there's a lot of dialogue. It's not boring. It's a little boring. It's a little boring. It's just, because there's not a lot of dialogue. It's just a lot of there's not very much emotion showed on behalf of the characters except for like incredulity. That's the only they don't show like anger or complications from. They don't show complications really. It's just one linear problem that they have. It's never a surmounting problem that they have to deal with. This happens. This happens. No, in terms of problems, it's not like that. Yeah, Tom Hanks was great. His co-actor, he was great. The lawyers that were against him, they did a good job in acting. Yeah, the resolution of it was pretty good. The plot could have been developed. Maybe it could have. You know, they could have probably added more complications to it, more conflict. But that's where they drew the line. It was mostly focused on whether he was able to land the plane or not in LaGuardia Airport, or and and I was glad that they do show the rescue mission. They show the plane land because in the beginning, and this is not really that much of a spoiler, but in the beginning they show very little of the plane crash, but throughout the film they actually do show the plane crash. They show the seagulls or the birds getting caught in the propellers. They show them trying to land the boat and the rescue squads, and nobody was injured. Everybody was out safely. But that cost. It was on U.S. Airways. It was on the plane by U.S. Airways. So they showed all that. So that's what made the plot. That's what made the story a lot more interesting and uh, and catchy. So yeah, that's it was a good movie. It was an okay movie. It was okay. It could have been better. It was, it really dragged some points because it didn't really feel like the plot was going anywhere, and they were just sort of talking and just standing there and talking. But showing the plane crash and the repercussions and everything, that was entertaining. That made the film go a lot more smoothly. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Sully. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.